So let's see the video and let's talk about it. Yeah, what are your thoughts?
I am one of those people that like to test things and not express my own opinion. I like to approach it as scientifically as possible. So I guess it is something we can try, but I'm really skeptical about it.
Me too. Like, I'm not that skeptical. I know this is bullshit. Like, this is not going to work. I'm not going to try that. Hi, Stelios.
Hi, John.
All right, so today I have some topics to cover. Almost everything is about Meta, but the big news that I heard this week is actually that, did you know that Meta had the option to opt out from Meta technologies? So there was a setting, if you go to Account Center, let me share my screen so you can see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But here, like when you go into your account, you have the option where it says your information and permissions, your activity of Meta Technologies, and here you can opt out or clear cookies. And it was something that you could easily opt out, and this means that Meta had less data for you from you. But right now, Meta has actually quietly stopped doing that, and it doesn't let you to opt out. So that means that they gather more information and they can target you better when you use Meta technologies in general, whatever that is. That is bad news for users, for privacy, but good news for advertisers, because that means that Meta has more data, so it can target better the ads. So that means, in theory, that we're going to get more attribution and better tracking and better data for our ads. Have you heard this news?
Not to be honest, and yeah, I was just thinking the same thing, what you just mentioned. Sounds like good news for us, bad news for users or people that are worried about the ethics of it. So I'm pretty sure that's gonna spark like a whole new conversation. But yeah, let's see if we can actually benefit from it, at least professionally. At least.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So another thing that I would like to talk is about, like, because I post a lot on Instagram, so I scroll also on Instagram a lot, and there are a lot of different videos that I see about Meta ads. There are a lot of people that are talking about Meta ads in general, about strategy on Meta ads, about what is the best ad account setup, what's the best structure. And they talk about like ads.
All the big questions.
Yeah. And there is a big like update, I would say, if you check your Instagram feed. There are a lot of people talking about a new strategy that Hormozi talked about in a conference that he did. And let's see the video, and we're going to discuss it later, all right? Because there are multiple videos talking about this. I just found one that went viral, at least in the space, on Meta ads and media buying in general. So let's see the video and let's talk about it.
Alex Hormozi just confirmed the best media buying structure to scale your Meta ads at his latest marketing workshop. Let me spill the sauce. Before, what Meta used to recommend was do one campaign, one ad set with 25, 50 different ads. And usually 3 to 5 of those ads would get most amount of spend, and all the other ads would get no spend. But nowadays, what you want to do is have one ad per ad set. But before, most people would not want to do this because of something called audience overlap, which is basically bidding against yourself and raising your CPMs. But now what you can do, this one thing that allows you to avoid audience overlap. And all you have to do is add a 3-second exclusion audience of anyone that's already seen that ad. So once they see the ad, they never see it again, and they go to the next ad in your ad set sequence. So that way you control the narrative and the sequence of ads that people see before making a purchasing decision, all for more paid ads insights.
So, yeah, what are your thoughts?
Okay, honestly, if it wasn't Alex Hormozi saying this, I would just discard it. This actually gets me thinking now. I don't know, it looks like one of those strategies that makes sense. But from what I've seen so far, every time you try to introduce that much complexity into a structure, it will not work, at least long term. Having said that, I am one of those people that like to test things and not express my own opinion. I like to approach it as scientifically as possible. So I guess it is something we can try, but yeah, I'm really skeptical about it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Me too. Like I'm not that skeptical. I know this is bullshit. Like this is not going to work. Like I'm not going to try that. Like because I've like when you like there are different things that you can test on meta ads, and when you know some things that they don't work, like when you do a test, like it's basically the scientific method. Like if you do a test and the test doesn't work, like it disregards a lot of different tests that you actually need to do. So like when you actually like know that when you exclude based on view count, on how many times someone sees the ad, and you know that this audience that you create simply is not accurate and doesn't work, like you know that this is also not going to work. It's not about like you testing this specific one thing. It's because like it's a very specific thing. It talks about like having one ad set per ad, and in each ad set having this exclusion. So it's a little bit different as a structure, but I know that this exclusion actually doesn't work and Meta doesn't really care, and they target whoever they want. Just like if the audience especially is very, very small, they just like don't follow the advice. So I know that this is not going to work, but like it's funny to me how popular this video became, how many likes it gotten, and how many replies from serious media buying people in the space that they hate on these posts. So for example, as you can see here, you see Sampillero has actually commented on this and he's saying that this is a seriously bad advice. I normally do not negative comment on anything, but this is going to cause people to waste a lot of hard-earned money. And there are a lot of people hating on that. But this actually, like as a strategy to grow on Instagram, this sounds promising because like the likes here like mean something. Some people, they want to try it. Some people, they believe that this is true. And it creates a lot of like, because it's something that goes against a lot of what people think that work on Meta, like it creates controversy. I don't know if it's good thing to give advice that it's actually like not that good, but yeah, like it's a really nice case study that I'm seeing, and like it gives me inspiration on what content you can actually make on Instagram that can go viral. Because like this is honestly a bad advice, and I don't really think that like Hormozi said like specifically that, because if you read the comments, you're going to see that people that they have worked with Hormozi, they say that they don't use this strategy on their Meta ads specifically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that was going to be my next question, if there's an actual clip of him saying it.
This is what successful.
I think this is successful because, well, you have a brand name, which is Alex Hormozi, that gives kind of gravity and validation to the whole point. And then you just present this completely new strategy. And it's going to go down well with people that struggle with meta ads, which, well, by definition is a lot. And they try to always implement the best strategies and they don't work, which is very often, just applying the best strategies will not get you results necessarily. So yeah, I think it's giving people what they want, basically, this type of content. And they gain traction, they get views, and maybe they can kind of set themselves up as sort of the meta expert persona on the internet and get their own brand to grow through that. I doubt they even they even try it in their own other accounts, people that actually made videos on this particular strategy.
Definitely. But also it's something that, like with meta ads, you can give a lot of advices, and the advice that you give, it's like if it doesn't, like I really like this strategy if it doesn't really hurt the performance, or if it's actually like something that's neutral, at least neutral, because this is a strategy. Like, I don't think that it's edgy. I don't think that, like, it depends on how you're going to structure it, but I don't see that strategy like not affecting badly an ad account. Like, but
Right.
let's say you do that, like that you found the way to actually scale the ad account, and you just add an audience as suggestion, and this actually it's the best way to separate the audiences and create audience segments that's going to target. And this way, like, let's say I think of a strategy on Meta Ads that's going to be like one campaign that's going to have CBO, and in every ad set I'm going to have like different interest groups, like one interest group inside as a suggestion. This way, and inside every ad set you have just one ad, the same ad across all different ad sets. So this is a strategy that I just thought about. Like, it's my own
Unless you're gonna
creation.
test
It's
different
my own
audiences.
most trusted. Yeah, this one, like, it makes sense. Probably what Meta is going to do is going to focus more on a specific audience, on specific ad set. If the ad is good, it's going to work. It doesn't require a lot of ads, so anyone can actually set this strategy. And this is like a structure that is not going to harm the ad account a ton. Like, it's going to be neutral. Like, you can do that. It's not going to harm the ad account. So this strategy, like as a video, it's going to get a ton of views. It's neutral. It's not going to affect badly ad accounts, and it's going to get you visibility. So this is something that, even though it's unethical, because it's not really something revolutionary. It's something neutral. It's not the blueprint that's going to solve your issues with the ad account. I get it. Like, a lot of people can do that, but if it's a bad advice, I'm not that. I don't really like. That's why, like, I'm really skeptical about this. If it wasn't Hormozi, I wouldn't actually consider it. I would just hate on that, but I have to verify that it's Hormozi, and then I will come back and hate on it even more.
I think it's very important what you just mentioned. It's not just that it will affect the ads in terms of structure. It might affect the whole thing, because in order to implement such campaign, you will need a lot of creatives. So the entire business might get itself into a position to produce more and more ads, different angles, and then more of the same, because you will operate under the assumption that once a user sees an ad, he will not see it again. So it can potentially harm and mess up your entire structure, not just the advertising setup within Meta.
Yeah, for sure. And another thing that I would like to mention is that, like, those Instagram videos, because they add the subtitles automatically, the subtitles are always so off because nobody really cares about the subtitles. So as you can see, like, if you check my screen, it says Alex Hormozi.
Yeah. I saw it earlier. Nobody spends time to actually manually correct them.
Yeah. Like, it's not that valuable, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, you will still get the gist out of it. I mean, if you see the video and you are within the space, you can tell even who Alex Hormozi probably is. You can understand what the captions did there.
Yeah, for sure. All right, I have another video that I would like to share and to react on it. Let's watch it first, and then tell me your thoughts.
You should have one ad per ad set, because if you have a bunch of ads and Meta decides to spend more on one and less than another, you can't follow the scientific method for testing what actually worked. Like, imagine you're trying to see which student is smarter. You give one student 30 minutes to take the test, and the other one gets 2 hours to take the same test. If the second student got a higher score, was it because they're smarter or because they had way more time? Like, you don't know. And that's what happens when Meta gives one ad more budget than another ad. You can't tell if the ad won because it was better or if just because Meta gave it more chances to win. So you need to control the budget across ads. One ad per ad set is almost always the best way to run it. You should have one ad.
What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, I like this one. Well, first and foremost, let's just start out by saying that every ad account is different. So us sitting here and making content about best strategies. Yes, there are some that are going to work across more ad accounts, but in the end of the day, everybody has to be very conscious of the fact that different things work in different ad accounts. Look, I trust Meta as much as the next guy, so not completely, obviously. So yes, ideally I would like to have control over what ads are getting spent. Firstly, I don't really get why it has to be within different ad sets if there is no real difference between the products or services. I guess if you want to run them at the same time, this might actually make some sense. But yeah, the problem that this strategy creates is that how do you do that when there is a lot of creatives and you need to scale? When you have a big volume of advertisements, and what do you do when you have 20 ads per day and you need to test all of them? Do you create 20 different ad sets? I mean, it is something that in occasions might be good use, but I'm also seeing a lot of ad accounts that this would create, again, more problems than providing solutions.
Yeah, for sure. Look, my thoughts on that is that honestly, I don't think that it is a good advice, just because of the volume, just because like also the way that he's doing the example of the kid, like it assumes that Meta randomly picks ads, which is not something that Meta does. Like, and you can see the pattern. Like when Meta selects an ad, and you can duplicate this ad set. Like you can have 5 creatives into one ad set, and you duplicate that. Like 9 times out of 10, the same budget, the same creatives are going to get spent. Why? Meta says that in the documentation that they don't pick randomly, and also you can see you can see it actively inside the ad accounts that we manage, that Meta doesn't actually pick the ads randomly. They have some specific things that they see in an ad, some initial results, and they focus on that. So it's basically like when you do this strategy, I get it, like that you control like the scientific method, but you are not using Meta at its full potential, because Meta has this capability of selecting which ads they are going to work. You maybe have this capability if you are an expert advertiser and you are like an expert in your niche and you know exactly what's going to work, but it's rare that this is the case. Like it's like almost impossible to know, even if you run ads for a specific business for multiple years, you still don't know what's going to resonate with people. And Meta is much more accurate than doing that. So essentially, it's like the Meta's algorithm. You can think of it as an extra layer of knowledge. It's as you have someone that does the work for you. So instead of you just doing it yourself, you have the algorithm that's also helping you select the best winners. So if you do this strategy, you are not using Meta's algorithm and Meta's like a system, Andromeda system, to pick the best ad for you. So like by design, like if you think about it, it's worse as a strategy. Even if Meta picks like 20% of the time the best, like 20% of the time, which is not the case. I think that it's close to 50 to 60%. But if it's 20% of the time, still it's a losing strategy, because like creating ads, especially right now with AI, with videos, it's much cheaper than running the ads. So especially when you have high budget. So like you are wasting money on ads to test every single ad that you have, instead of just butting them together, so you let Meta decide which is the best. So overall, I do think that it's a losing strategy. I do think that it is something that in some ad accounts doesn't work. It's not. It's more like the neutral strategy that we talked about, that it can work essentially. Like if you tried it, it's something controversial because it goes against what people think about Meta and how Meta actually works. So it's something that but yeah, I don't really like it, and I don't think that it's a good advice to give, because generally it's like if you think about it, like it's a bad advice. Like it's worse than doing the grouping method. And the scientific and the example that he gives, it's horrible. It doesn't, like, with the example that he gives, let me think about of an example, but with the example that he gives, like with the students, it's like if you have, like, it's very simplistic. It would have been like more ideal if he said that, like, with the kid that like he's picking the kids, you have an AI algorithm that he's speaking based on past experience and based on past performance. It picks the better kid. So you neglect that. Like, this is how Andromeda and Meta works. It's not randomly selecting ads.
Yeah, it's more like choosing the one kid that has performed better over the course of the entire year to go represent your class in the competition, and less about randomly picking each kid. Yeah, I agree overall.
Exactly.
There have to be some special circumstances in order to follow this strategy. As you said, it's not that edgy and potentially harmful as the previous one. But yeah, it's like you're not using one of your main tools here.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's see another video that I have saved, and let me know your thoughts as well.
Having good marketing is 1,000 times better than having a good product. If you don't believe me, look at Celsius. You know Celsius worth $1.3 billion? First off, it tastes exactly like this thing I got at Costco. This is how they started out. Their whole marketing is about burning calories and being really fit. Except this can looks more like a can of WD-40. They did a little bit better with this one, but still, who's buying into the idea of burning calories and looking really fit? Exactly. Wellness era people. Do you think this chick right here would ever be caught drinking this? Fuck no. But this? Oh my god, that's so cute. You can have the best product in the world, but if you have bad marketing, you're cooked. But then again, if you only have good marketing and your product is shit, bad word of mouth will slowly drown your business. Having good marketing.
Yeah. Overall, okay, he's right. I think he's very simplistic in how he presents it. Like, I doubt they just changed their branding and they went that big. I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of other powers at play to get that success. But overall, yeah, he's right. I mean, you see products all around that you don't really understand their success compared to the competition. And many times, yeah, it is marketing. It's how much they have invested in this or how much effort they have put into it.
It's not a hard rule to say that marketing is much more important than the product, because there are some cases where the product plays a much bigger role in than the branding that you are going to do. Of course, we're talking about liquid death, for example. Like, it's all about marketing. If you have a generic product, like, it's all about marketing. But when you have something that solves a specific niche, then it's the product plays a much bigger role. And when you have good product, like, it's much easier to do anything than when you have a specific marketing angle that you want to try to attack. Because marketing, like, and the people that they see that, they have a horrible product, and they think that, all right, the product doesn't really affect the results that much because it's all about marketing. So let the blame on the Meta ads people that they do the marketing, which is dumb, because first of all, like, the worse product you have and the more generic product you have, the more you need to spend on marketing, and the more you need to do in terms of the marketing, the more skilled you need to be in the marketing space in order to be able to compete. But when you have a product that actually solves a problem, that's actually a unique product that not a lot of people have, then the product sells itself without you need to do a ton of things on the marketing side. So it's all about work and effort. and you can put the effort on the product, or you can put the effort on the marketing. I would say that if you put the effort on the product, it's a better ROI than putting the effort on the marketing, because like if you control the product, like then the product is amazing. The marketing, like it's all about proof, like just showing what the product does, and this can actually solve most of the issues. Yeah, of course, like there needs to be balance, but it's all about, like I would say that this advice applies, but we need to be specific in which products, because if we're talking about energy drinks or like something generic like that, or supplements, yeah, the marketing on those are the most important thing, but also it's super hard to advertise those things. So if you're a beginner and you're trying to build a brand, like picking those products is super hard, because you need to be really good at marketing in order to make in order to stand out. But if you are a product guy and you have an amazing watch, for example, it's like, and it has a lot of complications, for example, you just tell what your product does, and this is the marketing for you. So it really depends. For example, do you know pop sockets, for example?
Yeah.
Yeah, like pop sockets was like the product. Like the product was something that people needed, and it went viral just because of the product. It wasn't about the marketing. It wasn't about like having influencers having the product. Like the people that they saw this product, they understood this product. It was pretty easy to sell. You didn't need to do like amazing marketing, just because the product had an innovation that people like wanted. Like it was something that it was needed at this point in time by the world. But if you have water and you want to make it branded like Liquid Death, yeah, this is all about marketing. You need to be an expert marketer, and for beginners, because most of the people that they see those types of videos, I do think that it's better to tell them to focus on product, because this is what they're good at, and this is what actually makes more sense to do. Because beginners, they it's very hard to, if people like, and I always say that, like when beginner people, they tell me what products should I choose, I never pick products that are hard to advertise, like supplements, because like supplements, like they have the best marketers out there. They are competing against you, and yeah, it's all about marketing with the supplements, but you need to be an amazing marketer in order to compete. So I would like, I'm more in the camp of like offer plays a bigger role. Like what the product and the price is plays a much bigger role on what the marketing really is in general. And when I say in general, I want to be very specific. This is my advice, because most of the people like have shitty products, and if they work on the products, and if they work on the products more, and they have something that's going to be that is amazing, and they just learn how to communicate that's the marketing. Like so that's why I think that overall it's a better advice to give that product is king, not marketing.
And what I think is on purpose left out of this video is to mention that yes, you can market a mediocre product to success, but how much money, how much big of an investment that would make. And just because you mentioned the supplement industry, which is even harder, I think the most recent case study that we have for a product that has made it, or looks like it is making it, is IM8, and we see how much money and how much exposure has been put into it, let alone the fact that David Beckham is one of the main founders. I don't think there has been any people with any pool that is being recognized in every niche that they have not used so far. You've seen from athletes to businessmen, pretty much people in every industry making ads with it. And unless you're at this level, yeah, it's going to be really hard to market something like that.
Yeah, for sure. And like the last thing that I want to mention is, like, when you want to understand a theory and you want to see what is true and what is not, I really like as a mental model, to go to the extremes. So the extreme would be like to have the pill of you never die, all right? Like this, the extreme product, like the best product that anyone can create. Like this, like which is like when you just saw this pill and you say, this is like you take it and you never die, and you are at the camera and you're looking at the camera, you're looking dumb, and you say like this pill, you never die. If you like, and you give a guarantee because you know that the product is good, and you say that in the camera, this is all it takes. Like the first person that they are going to take it, like they are going to say to the next person and to the next person, and it's going to create like this viral moment for this product, because this product is actually like that good that people are naturally going to gravitate towards it. But let's give you an example that I have a pill that's the most amazing pill that you can imagine. Like you can add all the good words around this pill, and it's still not going to resonate as much. Like you are not going to buy from that. Let's say, I'm going to give you a better example. Like let's say that you have a pizza restaurant. I've heard this so as an example, but let's say you have a pizza restaurant and you just go look at the camera and say like we are at this place and we serve the best pizza like that you can find, and like you just say the proof essentially that like we're always full, and you have the background that shows that the store is always full. We serve pizza, we have the best pizza, and we're always full. Like, and you say that. And in terms of that, you say that I create the most amazing pizza that you can find, and if you taste it, it's going to be amazing. And like all these crappy things, without the proof, it's empty words. So
without the proof of crowded place, which plays a huge role in the restaurant.
Yeah, and the proof, you can only get it if you have a really good product. Like because the proof is like the product itself, like the product that works creates the proof. So that's why I honestly think that product is king, not marketing. Like in general, as a general advice.
I like the pill example. It's a good example to think of.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Do you have anything that you want to discuss about? Like I have more, but
there are a few updates, more specific and more about the platform. Apparently, you can now manage ads, MCP server actions directly from Meta Business Suite, which obviously is something we already do through Claude. And basically, this also refers to third-party AI agents. But apparently, Meta is working on implementing its handling, basically, through its own interface. I don't think it's going to be as handy. In my experience from Meta, it's probably going to be buggier than Claude is. But it gives the important takeaway here is that they have created this specific native way to handle it through Meta. So it seems like the agentic mode of handling ads is here to stay. If Meta is creating this space for itself, I don't think this is going away anytime soon, and they are looking at it like something that's going to be the future in Meta ads management. And more often than not, the biggest takeaways from this kind of updates is to look behind the actual thing and try to break down the thinking behind it. Why would the company itself work towards something like that?
Yeah, like I do think that the company is working on that because they have poured a ton of money on AI, and they are trying to create use cases. They have some employees that their main goal is to make use of AI something. So AI
really
this, AI that. Let's do something with AI so we can justify all the billions of dollars that we invested. And so that's the product. That's how they think, and they publish products in Meta. I do think.
It's not just Meta. I think it's like a trend overall.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
everybody, and I think if we really could research and find the best examples, I think there are companies that are using it. It doesn't really make sense. It's not really. I mean, obviously, it's applicable everywhere, but yeah, I agree. Most times these days, it's probably more about making something with AI that than actually that it's of actual use.
Yeah, it's like nobody really knows, so they just create stuff and they see what's gonna stick.
Yeah, hopefully something sticks.
Especially when you have big budget, like this is how you work, like this is how you operate. You just like create stuff and see what's going to work. I do think that overall with AI, it's not about, like I've seen a lot of people that they do dumb stuff with AI just because they can do more. What I see as a pattern is right now with AI, because like entrepreneurship and making money online in general and business in general, it's more like competition. Of course, there is like this win-win scenario when something happens, so it's not a zero-sum game, but like there are some competition elements to it. So I would say that like when everybody has AI, like it's like a commodity. So I don't really think that everybody's gonna make money just because everybody has AI, because it's a competition at the end of the day. So I do think that overall AI is going to create more consolidation than previously. So essentially, because more people, like the best people, the more the smartest, I would say, the people that have the most drive, and they are the luckiest ones, because luck also plays a huge role in your circumstances. They are going to get more out of their work just because they can actually scale what they do, if it's like a service-based business or if it's a SaaS or whatever, just because they use AI and they can scale it pretty fast. And so we're going to see more consolidation. I don't think that this is going to be like the thing that solves every problem, because I do think that every time I see someone use AI, like I don't like if someone they don't know when they use AI, like they do so many bad things with AI, like it's that they do, like AI just enable them to do more bad stuff. Like it's how
Yeah,
how
it doesn't change the quality of the work.
yeah.
So you mean
Yeah.
more consolidation? You mean in terms of market share for the big companies, right?
Yeah,
Or
market
more
share from big
consolidation in
companies.
terms. Gotcha.
Yeah, market share from big companies, market share from advertisers that they do in general. So I'm like I don't like it democratize information, but consolidates like the capital, I would say that
Yeah,
democratize, but like yeah, this is a pattern that we see. We saw that with multiple different things, with education, with and we saw that like with education online, with YouTube, with online in general, with the internet. We saw that happening. Yes, it gives more chances, more equal chances to people to grow and do something, but it also creates consolidation. This is like I don't know, like it's a socio-economic pattern that I see happening. I would prefer to see more democratization and more like equality, but this is not the case. So we have to work with what we, with how everything works. Like you cannot actually change how human psychology works and how the society behaves.
Yeah, and it was the truth even before AI. So revolutionary as it might be as a tool, it still doesn't change the course of where things were heading. I mean, they were consolidating even before, and if something that's going to make it consolidate even faster, right? Because, well, it is still the big capital that will get the best use of it.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I'm not that. I'm not that egotistical, I would say. Like I prefer to be wrong than and
Right.
to be better, like in terms of society, than to be correct and worse off for everybody
I
else.
I don't think you are wrong, to be honest, though. And I think it's important to what you said. Try to understand where things are heading and position yourself within this system. Because yes, changing it's not something that is realistic, and not just changing it yourself, which is even more obscene, but just waiting for it to change through collective action, even.
Yeah, for sure. There are so many different like supplement brands. There are so many people that they have an idea of a supplement brand, for example, and those people, they're not going to, like most of those people, they're not going to get anywhere. They have all the tools they need. They have the AI that they can use to create their ads. They have the AI to create their targeting, their strategy, their branding, everything. But you have also iMate that they publish around 1,000 creatives every single day using AI, using automations. So they are taking them and they're spending around $1 million per day on meta ads minimum. So
Yeah,
they are getting
that.
like your $1,000 per day that you want to
Yeah, good
scale,
luck.
that you want to be happy with your brand. Like this market share is being taken by them. So I see this pattern. Anyway, that's it for today. We talk to the next one. All right?
Okay. Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.